morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaelyn. I'm a third year PhD student in history and African American studies at Yale, entrepreneur and content creator. And this morning I was feeling awful. I was feeling really anxious and decided that I would push through, do my morning routine, and it would make me feel better. Lo and behold, I did my little workout. I took my shower, did a full body shower, and I actually feel like a new human. So I have my lovely breakfast. We've got some spinach, eggs, avocado, some toast, and we're switching it up today. I know that some of you are gonna be disappointed that there's not a coffee shot in this video so far, but we decided to go with matcha today. The reason being that I realized that I've been consuming a lot of coffee, and I was watching back my old videos and I used to consume matcha significantly more than I ever drink coffee. So I decided that I would take a little mosey down memory lane and have a matcha this morning, which tastes so much better than coffee. This is the Peak Tea Sun Goddess matcha, I think. And I love the Peak Tea matcha so much more than any other matcha. I am a matcha snob because most of the matcha that you buy, even if it says ceremonial grade, just tends to be not terribly great quality. What I like about the Peak Tea is, like, one, super green, refined, it's finely milled, so you can actually have it dissolve into water, and I just think it's wonderful. And so I have my little breakfast set up, and now I'm gonna go ahead and sit down at my desk to get this week started. We are time blocking this week. We are time blocking everything this week because I have my oral exams in 2 weeks, which is one of the major hurdles for me to get to candidacy and actually write and work on the dissertation, which means that I am one step closer to my life in London. And I need to hustle. I'm falling behind. I got 2 weeks. I'm stressed about not passing this exam, so we need to study. And I'm gonna take you over to my desk and figure out what the plan is for today. I sat down, I did my little time blocking for the week, and here is the schedule for today. I got up this morning at about 6:45, so I was about 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Took Moo out for her walk, and then I came on back and did my workout and showered. I was done by 8:30. I gave myself until 9 in order to get my shower and workout in, so I was about 30 minutes ahead of schedule, made breakfast, and then did admin, and then I had about 30 minutes between then and now, and I used that to watch a couple of YouTube videos. Now I'm switching gears, and between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. I'm going to be studying for my comprehensive exams on Black women's history of the United States. I built in a 1-hour block from 1 to 2, and then I need to do some web design contracts and invoices for a web design project that I'm working on after comprehensive exams in order to make a little bit of extra money on the side. And then I have a discovery call with the client who is going to be the web design client. That is at 3. At 4 p.m. I'm gonna do a practice run for my comprehensive exams on Black women's history. And then at 5:30 I need to go to class. I have my prospectus colloquium this evening. That runs until 7:30. I'm gonna come home, and then I have it built into my habit tracker that I'm meant to be doing 30 minutes of video editing on the course. So I'm gonna do a minimum of 30 minutes, but I blocked out an hour and a half, and then I'm going to try to be in bed by 9:30. That means I have 5.5 hours allocated to myself, 6 hours allocated to my PhD, 2 hours allocated to my personal business, and 1.5 hours allocated to Accepted. Now it's time to get studying for comprehensive exams, so I'm gonna go ahead and join the live study session with Accepted Society for some accountability and get to work. I have made some serious progress. I've been focused on preparing for the Black Women's History of the United States section of my oral exam. I have my mock tomorrow, and I have 3 main questions that I'm working on. I have one question that is related to the use of biography within the telling of women's histories and how it is used as a method. And the second question has to do with Black women's labor, reproductive labor, and then the third has to do with their interactions with the law. I'm currently working on the third question, which is the question about the law. And I have this book by Dinah Ramey Berry. It's called The Price for Their Pound of Flesh. And it's basically about the commodification of enslaved peoples and their bodies from birth to past death, and how it is that they reject commodification. This is a beautifully written book. I'm having a lot of trouble with it this morning just because I am reading all of these things in succession, and it's just tough. It's just really, really difficult material to get through emotionally. I talked a little bit about emotions and challenges with emotions as a historian when I did my vlog a couple weeks ago. And now that I'm back in the weeds of this literature and am trying to get a better sense of the major themes, I am just struggling a little bit with it. I mean, I'm looking at my stack of books right here. I have this one by Dinah Ramey Berry. We've got They Were Her Property, White Women as Slave Owners in the American South by Stephanie Jones Rogers. I have Estelle Friedman's Redefining Rape. And then I've got Jennifer Morgan's Laboring Women, Reproduction and Gender in New World Slavery. And these are such important books. They're such important books to study of gender, reproductive labor, the law. However, I'm just having a hard time this morning working through all of these concepts. Part of it is difficult intellectually to remember all of these things, and also wanting to ensure that I make certain points when I'm answering my examiner's questions, but also just the intimate terror of all of these subjects. There's stuff going on in my personal life behind the scenes that I don't feel comfortable talking about, but it's making dealing with difficult subjects, especially around sexual violence, very difficult. And especially as it pertains to discussions about age and children. Like this book in particular, there's a statistic that shows that enslaved children, regardless of gender, were valued at the same rate until they turned 10. And when someone hits puberty and their strength increases, but also their reproductive capacity becomes legible, that their value increases. And I'm just having a really difficult time with it. It's sinking in, and it's deeply uncomfortable. And I'm trying to sit with that discomfort. I'm finding it a little bit more difficult today than other days. I think it's just because I'm stressed. I'm back from class. I did not make a fool of myself today. My classmates were giving some presentations. We've been doing 2 presentations per meeting, and this is to prepare us for the end of year presentation in front of the department. So the AFAM department, your requirement for your prospectus to advance to candidacy is that you have to do this 15-minute presentation with a Q&A. My entire cohort has to do it, and the faculty is meant to be there, and it's just meant to be a big old shindig. And I am gonna do my practice run when I get back from spring break. I feel pretty ready. Do I? I'm telling myself I feel ready. I feel like the project's come such a long way in the last year, and I'm really excited, just so ready to go and actually get work done in the archives, because I just want to get started. But in order to get started, I have to pass these exams. So I didn't have to present today. I was just giving commentary on my colleagues' presentations. They did so incredibly well. I just am continuously amazed at how brilliant everybody in this institution is generally, but just how thoughtful and inventive people are in my department in AFAM, because I'm so used to talking to historians that it's really cool getting to see other scholars interact with Black studies and also their own fields of study, and see how it is that they're working through questions, because we all work through things very different ways. And I'm just really excited to see their projects come along. So I'm gonna stop talking, grab my cookie from the fridge. I'm gonna grab my cookie and I'm gonna keep on studying and somehow string together something that sounds somewhat coherent with my examiner tomorrow. So pray for me. I just got done with my mock. I am so happy with how it went. Like, I got a lot of good feedback. I felt like I knew the books. However, I felt like I was rushing a little bit, and I had trouble with the second question because the question on labor and reproduction, there's just so many different directions I could take it, and I just felt like I was pulling at all of these random ideas from these books rather than having it organized. And so my examiner gave me some advice on how to approach it. I now have a way that I'm planning on studying, which is that she said to say the name of the book, the name of the argument, discuss the intervention, as well as to give myself an example from the text. And so I'm gonna go ahead with my flashcards and work through some of these ideas. But I'm really happy with how it went. I'm so glad that I made it through one mock, because I feel a lot more confident now. And I'm gonna schedule one with my advisor and try to schedule one with my third examiner, so that way I feel nice and ready for March 6th. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break, because I am just tired and I've been stressed all day about this mock exam. So very happy that it went well. Was running quickly out of time because we only have 30 minutes, but I'm really happy with how it went, and I'm going to go ahead and take a break and then get back to work. Hello and welcome to my mental breakdown. I don't know why, but the imposter syndrome, the feeling like I do not belong here, the feeling like I am not doing a good job is just getting to me. And I felt really good after doing the mock. I got good feedback. I felt like I knew the books relatively well. I had things to improve upon, but I sat with it for a couple of hours and I was just sitting here doing some admin, and there's this trend on TikTok where Elise Myers has this song where the lyrics basically go, I'm starting to question how much I want this. And it's not that I'm questioning how much I want the PhD and how important the research is to me. I just feel like I'm gonna fail this exam. And I know I'm not. I know I'm gonna do well. Like, I did my practice exam today and it went well, and the examiner said that I would pass if that was the performance that I had given, if those were the answers that I had given. And I don't know why. I'm just like having a bit of an emotional one. And so this isn't like a major breakdown. However, I just am feeling a little insecure. And it's not that I don't feel prepared necessarily, but I don't want to post a video where I look like I have it together and the mocks went well and studying's going well when I keep having these moments of self-doubt and not saying anything about it. So it's all part of it. That's all part of the experience. That's what these exams do. Kind of what their intention is to test your grit and to see how you handle the pressure. And I know it'll be fine. I know that I'll pass and it'll be okay. However, I just feel very insecure right now. I'm having a moment of self-doubt and just feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. That's my update. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing admin, and I'm going to try to clear the decks today so that way I can focus again tomorrow and everything will be good. But I just need to get there first. Home from class. The students had their midterm today and I'm crossing my fingers that they did well. I have them in my backpack, but we are not doing grading today. Today we are studying for comps. I had lunch with my advisor and the other TF, and I got to espouse some of my views on a particular book that I'm hoping in my argumentative state that my advisor sees that I have some semblance of knowledge as to what I am talking about. I got a message earlier today, but I got a message while I was doing my Instagram live earlier today from someone who said your advisor and your committee wouldn't have you go take comps if they didn't feel like you were ready. And I'm gonna keep that mentality. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my noggin. The anxiety is just ridiculous. But I feel a bit better because I studied while I was waiting for the students to finish their exam, and I knew more than I thought I did, which is great. There's still some things that I don't know very well, but we're getting there. Now I'm gonna continue on with my time block, and lunch took a little longer than I was expecting. So I have 3 minutes, and then for 2 hours, I'm gonna be studying for comprehensive exams, and then I'm going to talk to H for an hour, and then I'm gonna go to my hair appointment with Jen. So don't love having an appointment in the middle of the day. However, I need to get this under control because my hair is growing out a lot faster than it normally does, and I leave for London in 2 weeks. I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna go ahead and get to work and hopefully realize that I know more about history than my brain thinks I do. So let's get to it. Good morning. It is Friday. I've been so bad about vlogging the last 2 days, but today is dedicated to content. I was going to focus on studying for a couple of hours today, but what I'm trying to do is spend today focusing on content so that way after today I have a full week to study and focus on comp. That means that I need to edit 2 YouTube videos, I need to batch a bunch of TikTok content, I need to do my content calendar, I need to plan another video. I have a Notion video that I'm really wanting to do that I need to actually develop the template for. Never a restful day. But I've got Miss Kate with me. I texted our little group chat asking if anybody would be willing to content plan with me, and Kate's the only one who decided to join me. We've got little Miss Moosif here on my lap, because she's being a little clingy today. So that was my thinking, is we'll fly into Paris and then there's a guy that apparently has a pet taxi that takes you across the channel.
Pet taxi? Massive?
Moo's like, please end my life. Like, don't make me do this.
Let's do some research, Musa. Let's do some research. Yes.